So Mark Holcomb only joined, or Holcomb only joined Periphery after this album, is that correct? Still a lot of that nuance, even that guitar moment there was very similar to some of the moments that we got in P5. I think it's in Wildfire, it has a moment like that. Little callback. Oh, early Periphery was fucking pissed off. Oh my god, what's that remind me of? That is... If that is not an absolute call out to Meshuggah, what Meshuggah that, boys? I know we've got some Meshuggah hyper fanboys in this. Don't tell me that's not one of the best riffs in metal history. If you don't agree with that, I don't even want to, like, just, I don't even want to hear from you. Why is this like my new favorite Periphery song? Oh, because anything that sounds remotely like Meshuggah is already my favorite Periphery song. I can only imagine hearing this like when it was first released and being like, what the fuck have I just heard? Like, even now it sounds incredible. Oh, I like that production. Is that Spencer? Oh man, this is like the production on today's music. Just adding stutters in for no reason. Alright, this is my favorite Periphery album. That's a wrap. It's just lacking a bit of bass like coming through here, but that's just that old production. But I can live with that when the rest of the music is this good. Not gonna lie, I wasn't in the best mood coming into this at all. Like, I wasn't really looking forward to this that much, but I've done a full 180 here. Next lines are motivate fortune, and that's literally what this album is doing to me right. It's motivating fortune. Get it? The chills that caught me off guard. This has been flawless so far. Maybe the first track not my favorite, but ever since then we haven't looked back. The Jetpacks was, yes, that is the most Periphery title of a track I've ever come across. Oh my god. Spencer's on fire in this album as well. That kind of got me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that. This is playing this again. I'm sorry. I get it now. I get it why people were just so high on this album. Is this their best album? Might be. That's saying a lot. These guys have a solid discography. Oh yeah. Very Tesseract. Yeah, this is like a very Tesseract-y track. I miss Tesseract, man. Come back. Oh, this is so Tesseract. Oh, it does. What's the Tesseract? I'm gonna have to find this now as well. For fuck's sake. Yeah, it feels like I've gotten used to the production not being like modern, I guess. I'm not gonna say it's bad because it's just a product of its time, but I've kind of gotten used to it. It doesn't feel bad anymore. People have said on Patreon that basically said miss me with this album apart from Icarus Lives. Watch me this be the one track I don't like from the album. Again, this just feels like that era of Tesseract monuments when I first started getting into Gent. Okay. Time signatures all over the gaff. Again, finding its home in that groove.
Thank you for purchasing Periphery's self-titled debut long-play record, Periphery. These songs and more are played by a talented troupe of traveling troubadours featuring the likes of Misha.
Traveling troops are... Wait, what did he say?
To the 23rd...
Shut up!
Talented troupe of traveling troubadours.
And that, my friends, is what we call an anticlimax.
Rounding off the trio of stringsmen is Alex Boyce, the man with the arms of steel and the arse of a skunk. On the drums is Matt Halpin, the only man who can break Periphery. Love that shit.
Alright. Well, that was unexpected, but also the most Periphery thing I've ever heard. It's hard to argue that this album shouldn't be still going on when the riffs are this good. Like, part of me wants to say that I think I would have liked it to end maybe even after this track. Yeah, I think this track would be the perfect outro now. I think this here even feels like an outro. Because we got the, like, funny moment at the end of Icarus Lives. Like, you could end it there because it was already been so good. But I think it makes more sense to drop into like the breakdown that we got, or just the riffy moment that we got at the start of this track, and then finish it up like this, like on a more serious note. But to go on, I think we have like 3 more tracks, and the last track is 15 minutes, so that's like 3 tracks. So it's like 6 tracks left essentially, which is a lot of listening for one album. Again, I like the longer albums when they're like concept albums where they follow a story. But then again, it's hard to argue when the riffs are this good, you know. The track is called Out of My Feelings, as if I've just literally insulted Periphery. And they're like, oh. And I feel like that's how Periphery will respond as well. They'll be like, oh, Drew thinks the album's too long. The first album I ever purchased and fell in love with. So thick, look at this. Look how thick that is. It's so heavy, you could knock someone out with this. This feels like it's a track off this album with Spencer singing over it. I know it's prog and it's just the nature of the game, but I feel like this could have ended after about 50 minutes. Oh my god. Ah, this is just... If I had heard this at the start of the album, I think I'd be all over this as well, but... I need to come back to this and listen to it in my own time as like singles. There's just so much ear fatigue involved. This all feels like overkill, I'm not gonna lie. This all feels... It sounds great, but it just doesn't feel like it needs to be here. Anyone agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments. This line looks to be a very cool outro. Like here, it just feels like it's... It just feels like it's going for the sake of going now. It's like we can do these cool ambient guitar moments and this like nice build up. It's like, what are we building up to? It's the end of the fucking end of the album. A 15-minute outro track is outrageous. Am I mad here? I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit irrational, but I'm just being honest. It's a beautiful outro. The track in and of itself, Race Car, I need to listen to on my own time because it doesn't have the same effects after an hour and 10 minutes of listening. It's just too much. So I will obviously spin this a few more times by myself. Like it's just... Come on, lads. Fucking go home. It's like the venue's closed. All the lights are on. Everyone's gone home and the band are just still there like... Just riffing to the last second of a fucking hour and 10-minute long album. Oh my god. Yeah, like I said, I've done a lot of long albums on this channel, but this one felt the longest because of how like dense it is musically. There's so much going on. It's just constant like time signature changes, different gent tones coming in, insane drum work, insane guitar work, different cadences from Spencer. We're going up or going down. So there's so much that your brain has to try and process, and to try and cram all of that into an hour and 10 minutes is a lot of brain fatigue. So I am tired after listening to this. Overall, this album gets